IAXIS Radio, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
IAXIS Radio. WIAX. The future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Good morning,
America.
Nah, screw America. Nah, it's not even just America.
You live here, man. Come on now.
That's cool. I live here. I don't necessarily like where it's going right now, so we good. Okay, and not just good morning America, because we got viewers from more than just America. Like over here, good morning America, good morning the Caribbean, good morning South America, good morning Europe. Right? I don't think we have anybody in Asia or in Africa or in Australia, but over here, good morning to all of y'all too, right? Because or good evening to y'all, because I think it's around afternoon, evening time over there. But still, good morning. How are y'all? Good day. All of this. So you here today, right? In this very fine, crazy part of the interwebs.
Why you be crazy though? Why does our show have to be labeled with crazy? Why can't we just be?
Have you heard any of the things that I've said on this?
See. Did you go roping me in with you? I don't want to be roped in with you.
No. I admit that. I admit that. Okay. I admit that.
I don't want to be roped in with you.
You said some wild stuff too.
No.
Right?
No.
Go back a couple episodes. But you got some wild stuff.
We got some receipts.
Good morning, IAXIS Radio.
Good morning. But no. If we're going back last show,
I didn't say last show. I said go back some episodes.
I was about to say because we're not going to bring that up, all right? Because the last show, you and your what was it? Lunch breaks or time breaks? I forgot what it was. We don't do that here. We don't do that here.
Good morning, Nakia. Good morning.
Good morning.
But before we get into all of that,
yes,
right. This is Tug of War on IAXIS Radio, and I am King of Paddles,
and I'm Monty the God.
Right. We got a guest here, but we're gonna introduce him in a second.
Of course.
All right. So what do we do here? Why did y'all tune into us on the first Saturday of this beautiful, beautiful spring month?
Well, some come to listen to whatever you about to say because.
Really? Just whatever I'm about to say?
Yeah, because we don't know what. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. I'm Trina.
Because.
But wait, before we get into that, what do we do in this show? What is this show? This is Tug of War.
Yes.
And we are a debate show. But we not CNN debate show.
Yeah, not your typical
sports-sensitive debate show.
Last, what was it? The two presidents open now. No, we not that.
No. We not old people. We not old people up here debating.
And we're also not the type to sit here for 30 minutes and we're trying to figure out who's wrong and who's right. That's what you, the viewers, the lovely people, wake up or already up doing whatever you're doing, come and you help us up decide that decision.
But what are we debating on? We are debating on videos that we have found all in the darkest, weirdest parts of the interweb.
Again,
okay? No, it's so good. My algorithm needs therapy.
Yeah,
okay. My algorithm needs therapy. Right?
Definitely better than my Twitter.
All right, we gonna get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
Right? What's good on J100?
I'm gonna say bio. Right. He meant to say boy, but okay, I got that.
Was over here, Talika said we tune in because y'all assholes and it's hilarious. You absolutely right. But all right, before we get into that, because we keep getting distracted. My ADHD be kicking in crazy. That's why I get this show.
Yes. So like my co-host said, we are a debate show, but you help us figure that out. And the way you do that is you send the emojis, right?
But which emojis, though? Just any emojis?
Nah. We both got our own specific emoji. That is not one of them. If you see it, that's not one of them.
It is not the thumbs up emoji.
That is Facebook's own algorithm. That's not one of them. So
I am the heart emoji because, I'm a lover.
Mine's the basketball emoji. I'll be shooting in the gym.
You suck in the gym.
Real quick.
Hold up, wait.
Before we get to you, we're gonna.
Where are we at? So first and foremost, let's start this all over. Hold up, because we was all over the place, and I don't think anybody really understand. So here's what happens: we have found videos, right, all over the web, and we gonna debate about it. Okay? I got my side, he got his side, but don't nobody know what these sides is, right? Vocals by Jamel. Hey to all of yous, right? And we debate about them. Over here, I give my side, he give his side, and y'all over here vote using emojis. Either the heart emoji or the basketball emoji. But you don't gotta worry about the basketball emojis. Just put the heart emojis. Right? And not only that, y'all can call in. Y'all can comment. As you see, we are live. We reading all of your comments almost as soon as it comes in. Right? And
if you got slow Wi-Fi, then take your time. Take your time.
Now, if you want to call in, the number is 347-708-0216. Again, that's 347-708-0216. And if ever you forget it, it's just, I'm scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Over there, little loose tick on the bottom.
And if you happen to not be watching us, which is the best part of our show.
We at?
We are everywhere. We are on, if you're driving, the 365 Live,
yep.
Apple TV, Roku TV, Fire Stick TV,
yep. Fire Stick,
Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
just about you name it, we up there.
BOXCAST, everywhere. We everywhere.
And we still finding new places to join.
Of course,
right? We still finding new places. But without further ado, who are you?
Yes.
My name is Mari. Mari, but you can call me Mari.
Okay.
I am a photographer. I go by the name snap_crown on Instagram. Please go send me a follow or like whatever. I don't really care. But I also make I also have a Spotify where I mix, I guess, lo-fi music.
You guess you're not entirely sure?
I can't call it that because it's also jungle.
Okay.
It's also jungle. But
I didn't know that jungle was
instrumentals. Jungle isn't labeled under lo-fi, but it can be if it's certain tones, BPMs.
So can you quickly explain what lo-fi is for the people who don't know?
Lo-fi hip hop. You've seen that anime girl. She's sitting there studying. That's just all it is. I suggest you go listen to Nujabes. He's a very great well, that's just touching the surface. Nujabes. Yeah. I suggest you go listen to Nujabes first. He's one of the greatest lo-fi hip hop artists of all time. Rest in peace, Nujabes.
Okay.
Okay. He's great though. Yes.
So now you said you're a photographer, right?
Yeah.
What kind of photography you do?
Usually street, or I just go. I'm really impulsive with my photography. What I like to do is
You one of those people that you roll up on. I mean, you running up on people in like Times Square, like, hey,
not
you mind if I
just-
take your picture?
I
Respect, like running up on people respectfully though, like,
No.
like not just.
I'm
but,
more
like, you know.
organized. Like I treat myself like not a brand, but I treat myself like a definitely. I'm just not a guy who's gonna get thrown. I feel like when it comes to money, of course you got to pay me. I'm not gonna go nowhere if I'm not being paid. Closer, got you, boss man. Oh, to the microphone. There you go. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not gonna go anywhere if I'm not getting paid. I'm big about my money, but I ain't stressing it. You know what I mean?
So is it all about money for you?
It's really
you doing
about
it just do you do it just because of the love of the craft or
the love of the craft. I feel like.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good
morning, Sandy?
Sandy. I basically do it because I feel like ever since I watched Our Planet on Netflix, that's my dream. I just want to go places and experience different animals, different people, just different cultures, things like that and such.
So now you do photography. You said you inspired by Our Planet. So do you also do videos too?
I try to do video photography. I'm not a big fan. My problem with video is that there's less that I could do in post. Ironically, you know what I mean?
How so?
There's with a photo, it's just a photo.
Yeah.
Brightness, white balance, aperture, things like that. Focus. Yeah. I try not to use autofocus. I try to keep it on manual, but yeah, there's a lot. It's just simplistics with the video. Lighting, there's additives to it.
So the editing is what gets
it's the editing, you know what I
Okay.
mean? And as
Okay,
a
that
college
makes sense.
kid, I don't have time to be editing all day, all night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't pay for my entry to any of the clubs I go to or any of the places I go to. That's one of my rules. You're gonna get me in, but I ain't paying dimes to get in because I paid to get there.
Respect that.
Transfer. You could pay my transport. That's nice, but I'm just pay me by the hour. Be nice.
Yeah.
I have multiple shows. I have multiple places I've been to so far this year. I'm planning to go to one spot per year. I mean, one spot per month this year.
Okay.
And if
respect
anybody has some, please shoot me a text, shoot me on IG, shoot me something, and I'm down to come. Just weekends work best for me. Tuesdays, Mondays, whenever. But yeah, no, I'm trying to do one spot a month this year.
So any spots in particular, or just spots in general? Anywhere
that.
that
I can invite you. Hey, you know what? Over here, let's go walk through the woods right quick.
No.
That-
Yeah. You gotta be more specific on
you
spots.
gotta be specific. Like,
Basically,
let's go skydiving.
No, come on. You can't. Skydiving with the camera is crazy, man. You'll have me scared.
Somebody got to do it.
Well, somebody does have to.
Somebody got to do it.
But I ain't, if I get sponsored by Red Bull, I'll definitely take it up. Please sponsor me, Red Bull, please.
Red Bull, you hear that, right? Over here, you got somebody that's over here willing to do the skydiving for you.
Yes, sponsor me, man. I have a list right here. I went to the Old Timey on January 30th this year. It was nice.
What is
Comfortable.
I never heard of it.
It's a bar lounge and around the NYU area. I would
Okay.
say Bowery. I can't say 100% sure, but
Okay.
I know where the area is.
Yeah,
I've
like
been-
you know where it's at.
Yeah. So Old Timey, kind regards. Could I say this?
Yeah.
Oh, Dingaling Bar and Gems Lounge. I went to 2 days ago. It was not.
Okay, what is Dingling Bar?
I was about to say,
It's
We
not
can't just gloss over that
It's
one.
not even as bad as you think it is. The other spot, trust me, the more crazier the spots, you wouldn't be associated with the name.
That's not true. I like to associate.
so
with
Dingling
right.
Bar, what we think
It's
it is.
just the right. Nah, it's actually one of my better photography, one of my better sessions of all time. I wasn't paid for that one because I was friends with the guy hosting.
Okay.
His name's Hell Cartier.
Okay.
Fire DJ. I do a lot of DJ sets. I'm trying to get into Boiler Room.
Okay, so you're a DJ as well.
No, I don't DJ. I photo shoot the DJs.
Okay.
Or I
Gotcha.
record the sets because the sets, we
Okay.
trying to get the Boiler Room. We trying to get the what's his name? The Zach Fox.
Yeah.
Okay, respect it.
Yeah, but no, I love DJs.
Have you ever done like music festivals and stuff like that?
No, I don't take my music seriously. I don't think I'm a music guy, to be honest. I
when I say like music festivals, I mean like
like
doing a
actually doing the photo
photography in a music fest, like in a music fest.
I think my problem with that is that
You don't like crowds?
it's not that I don't like crowds. It's just that I first of all, you got to put yourself out there. And not too long ago, my page was more vlog style. I wasn't really like. I'm still setting up my portfolio.
Okay.
Shout out to GNS Good Natured Souls, my guys at home. They are the real ones. They're helping me out with that. Yeah, but I've been just trying to set up my portfolio. I've been doing a lot of more marketing for other people and not really myself. So
Yeah.
I've been trying to clean up, not my image, because I never done anything wrong, but like, but I've been trying to clean up and look more professional, basically.
Yeah.
So when you say portfolio, how long have you been doing what you do right
Photography,
now?
dude. I probably had a love for photography since.
Yes,
I was
he did.
young.
He definitely said "Ding-a-ling bar."
Yes, Dingling Bar. Yes, that was.
Yo, Pete,
Funk Master P, what's going on?
DJ PT Cruiser.
Peter, no, definitely. I had a love for photography probably since I was 12, 13. You know what I mean?
How old are you, if you don't mind us
I'm
asking?
20.
20.
I
Okay.
hope I don't look too old.
No.
No.
Shout out to P.
Shout out to Pete.
Because
He
he's
did.
another photographer.
Oh, that's nice. Yo, Pete.
He's the one that sent you to us.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And matter of fact,
Oh, that's the guy I met at
Yeah.
at
Fashion
I
Week.
met him at Fashion. I'm sorry, Peter. I gotta do this. I strongly dislike Fashion Week as a culture craze. It's like so washed. I mean, back in the day, it probably had "What's up, Don? What's up,
Buffalo Don.
Buffalo?"
Buffalo Don. There's a story behind
I'm
that
not
one.
going-
He got to come up here and discuss that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. But yeah, I didn't like Fashion Week as it is because it feels so not forced, but it feels like it's getting lazier. Unless you're going to the Louis Vuitton like specific, you know what I mean, or like Tommy. Unless you're going to one of these high brands.
So now I went to Fashion Week as well.
Yeah.
Right. So now, did you do one of like the big like did you do like one of the big ones like Runway 7 or what have you, or did you do with like a actual like were you
I
like
did
brought on
one.
by an actual designer?
I did one that was with Tommy Hilfiger, and I did one with but I don't think that counted as Fashion Week. I think it was just around the time. And I did one with Runway. I did two with Runway. I did Runway last year, and I did Runway this year.
Okay, I did Runway last year as well.
Yeah, no, I didn't like Runway that much because it felt like, oh my god, it really was just a networking.
Pete said the
opportunity.
same thing. He said he didn't enjoy the experience either.
No, man,
But
because
now-
that's what it is. It's like, and that's the thing about being in these environments, especially entertainment. Everybody thinks they're the main character, and
Yeah.
you kind of have to navigate your way as a side character. And if you don't do it the right way, you know what I mean, you end up in the back line. So you just got to be aware and try to bring everybody around you up.
So I know last year I did Runway 7.
Yeah.
Right. And
So hold on, wait.
Go ahead.
Let me just, for someone, because obviously I don't do photography, but for someone who's never been, right, we're going to go down real quick. We're going to start with you, King. Well, King, was this your first? No, this is like second time doing Fashion Week.
this
right?
year was my second time doing
Fashion Week, right? So, what is a question I have is, when it was your first time, what was like your main emotion? Like, when your first time there, what was your process? Like, what did you do?
I'm gonna be completely so like my initial emotion was, oh my god, I got here, right? Like
Now, is it
this
hard to get in? Because, like I said, I don't know.
So Runway 7. So there are a few companies that they'll give it out, like they'll give out the experience to
For
just
free,
any
or you have to
photographer.
pay for it?
It was for free.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, and they'll do it, and it's a networking event, right? So it's over here. I'll get an invite. He'll get an invite. You'll get an invite. Hair and makeup get an invite, right? And we all there, and so you'll literally have like 50, 60 photographers in this movie in a room probably about as big as this.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody has their own. Like everybody has all of their own equipment. All of that. Like you're totally responsible for yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to stay in this area. Right, and you're taking,
And you got to
like,
show up early. I'm sorry to cut
Yeah.
you off, but
No.
dude, like,
and
3
so like
hours.
there's like when you do like those different runways, everybody like you'll have hour sessions, right? So you'll have maybe like 5 or 6 designers in like this 1 hour block period. So from like 2 to like 3 o'clock. But and like if you're scheduled to shoot over that session, you got to get there around like 12:30, 1 o'clock. right? So that you can get up in there, you can find your spot, you find your spot, you get yourself situated and everything like that, and you hope and pray that you get that spot where nobody's gonna be jumping up in front of you. Nobody you.
So it's first come, first serve. It's not
It's very first come, first serve.
Not also that, but like I'm sorry to
Go ahead.
say, it's also in a bit. Could I go into my first? Or?
Yeah.
Are you finished?
No, go ahead.
To get into my first, I had a bit of an ego. I was like, I showed up with a Polaroid because that was my big thing. I was a Polaroid guy.
Were you the one that had the Polaroid? No, you wasn't the one that had the Polaroid. I'm over like the Barbie Polaroid.
I had a Keith Haring Polaroid limited edition one. Ooh. I had
There was somebody that I had met last year that had the that they were selling the Polaroid for like $40. And they had
P said we got there at 9,
but it starts at 12. Yeah, like you have to get there early too.
That's crazy.
So like situate yourself. So like. And we all sitting there, and it's not like, oh yeah, no, we have this much space. We all
like,
we all like
and
this.
mind you, people
and
got.
we still trying and now he got one, I got a big lens.
Yeah.
You got a big lens.
Some
he
guys
got a regular
have tripods.
Small lens.
You know what I mean? It's like it's.
And you got
crazy.
people that's there. They doing photography and videography. Like it's a lot.
Yeah. It's not it's a good place to get experience.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say. It's not something you want to be. Like I only posted mines because I felt like I did take some good shots. You all post your good shots.
But you always get like one or two good shots.
Post your good shots. I always post the good shots. And also I feel like these are smaller brands they're putting on the net.
Yeah.
So you gotta try to give them exposure for at least coming out and having the confidence.
Yep.
So
and it's not and a lot of people was like, oh yeah, well, over here, is it like the Tommy Hilfigers or it's like the Gucci's and stuff? No, like those are the ones those are the ones where you have to be invited to.
Yes.
You got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody's mom.
So when when I got into Tommy, it was so scary. It was like a horrible experience because it wasn't horrible for me, but it was horrible because I brought my Polaroid. I didn't have the R50 at the time, and
you came up in there looking like an amateur.
No, not really, because so people like the style. It was like, oh wow, but these guys had cameras.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not no Rebel T's, like M50s, like some real, like some Sony's, like
the high ends. Like you drop like $4,000 on your camera.
No, these guys, to this day I don't have a guard on my camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these guys had it felt like every camera had a guard on it, and I'm like, morning EV. But, yeah, it felt like every guy had a guard on their camera, and it was like, oh my Lord, these guys are serious.
Yeah.
And ironically, right before it started this year, the new Polaroid i2
What's going on, Wiz? What's going on?
So Wiz,
the i version 2 came out.
Okay.
So that one has focus. So my problem literally was that my shots were coming out blurry.
So one more question before we get into our video. Would y'all say it was or it is worth it? Fashion Week.
So for me, I wouldn't say Fashion Week, yes. But what I will say, right, if you're gonna do Fashion Week, I highly recommend meeting some of the designers and like networking with them. Going to if you do Runway 7, do some of the after parties and stuff like that, right? So like when I went this past February, the fashion I didn't go to Runway 7. I was supposed to, and I ended up dropping out because a friend of mine who a designer I had met when I went in September.
Yeah.
She was coming up and doing that.
Yeah, I forgot they had it twice a year. I don't know.
Yeah, so they have it in February and they have it in September.
Okay.
And so I had met when I went in September, I went to one of the after parties and stuff like that, and I met a couple of designers. I met a couple of people over there that is super into the fashion world. But one of the people that I kept in contact with, and matter of fact, I'm next month I'm doing 2 fashion shows with her. Is Maria. She was with the company Palette 8 Productions, and
it says keep talking in the mic, you're drowning out. Yeah.
Hands down, one of the some of the best group of people that I've ever met. Palette.
So you're saying it would be
so much worth it. But I would if you're gonna do it with meet the designers.
You really want to get fashion.
Get with them.
It's about
because they'll get you in. Like next month, I'm supposed to be going. Like they invited me down to Miami. Like they're doing a couple of shows down at Miami Swim Week next month, and I'm making my way down to Miami.
Hey.
Right, one of the spots that one of the spots that's on the schedule is supposed to be on a yacht. I'm like, a fashion show on a yacht?
I don't know.
I ain't never been on a yacht. Like I ain't never been on a yacht before. I've seen a yacht over here. I think the closest to me being on a yacht was over here, the boat show, like the RV and boat shows down at the Javits Center. Like that's about it.
No racial. Could you swim? Could you swim?
Nope. You know what? I can survive. That's what that's what I can do. I can't am I gonna sit here and be like, nah, I can swim like Michael Phelps and all of that? No, I cannot. Right? Don't throw me in the water like that. I'm over it. But if I fall in the water and I need to survive, my black ass definitely make it back to that shore. Right? You don't gotta worry about me. I'm over here. My black ass is definitely making it to shore.
That's fire though. A yacht is crazy. I don't know. I don't
so in February we actually did a fashion show in Grand Central.
That's
like
fire.
in Grand Central Terminal. Like the first time until date, the only time that a fashion show has ever been like a runway was done in Grand Central, and Paladé Production made that happen. Right? Like they put that on like, and we was all nervous like, how are we gonna do this? Like,
yeah.
But listen, it was literally a walking runway. Like over here, we would over here. A bunch of us had lights, right? Over here, put the lights down, walk it. Pick the lights up, walking down, click, walking. Like, and that's how it was happening.
High speed continuous every time.
High speed continuous every time. Like, it was happening. Like, and I have to.
King, we gotta get into the first video.
All right, you're right.
yeah.
You know what? Because we can talk about this for a minute.
Before we
Richard Ellis was popping, man.
no. Before we do finish, Maury, right?
Trina said those are some fire pictures too.
You could be your own party, right? Which means you could be your own emoji, or you can be on one of our sides.
Gotcha.
The
I'll
choice
let
is
you know.
yours. So before we play the first video, what is your decision?
I'll be a neutral party, but could I switch mid? Like if I agree with one of you?
Of course.
Okay, so I'll do that. I'll play neutral.
All right.
I Switzerland.
Switzerland. Al, first video, please.
I keep my boys humble. Like my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. You know, my boys don't do all that internet fly. I'm like your kids. And no, I don't give a I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. Mm-hmm. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he gonna straighten the other ones out. Mm-hmm. So it's just that thing of, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities, for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however you feel about that, you feel about that. Right. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open a door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you're the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night. This alarm is on. You text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, climb through the window, that money means nothing.
Right.
You can have all the celebrity in the world, jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing.
Yeah.
So you got to have a little guard in there. Mm-hmm. You know, and so for me, it's always that idea of American masculinity is very different.
Said was wrong. Right. I'm gonna be completely honest, and I know, like when this video had came out the video came out a couple of weeks ago. Oh, he got a lot of anger. Like there was a lot of people. Like a lot of the internet was mad about what he said. Yeah. But honestly and truly, as a black man, he said nothing wrong. Like my father, like the way that my father raised me was treat your mother the way you want me to treat your mother. Right. He tells me that about my mom. He tells me that about my grandmother too. Right. Yeah. He was like, when I'm not here, this is your house. Protect it. Protect your protect your mother. Protect your siblings. Right?
Yeah.
Protect your mom. Protect your siblings. Protect this is your house. Yeah. Like this is when I'm not around, you are the next in line. Which that's how it is. Right? No matter how y'all want to look at it, no matter whatever. Right? And there's a saying that I had heard, I had seen on online. The oldest is the reason for the rules, right? I did all of this to bring. I'm over here. I am the reason why rules exist.
Yes.
Because of dumb stuff that I did.
Yes.
Whatever the case may be, right? And it's true. There's a lot of truth to that. I did growing up. I did a lot of dumb shit. Right, and I'm not too proud to admit that. I was not always the smartest individual.
Yeah,
my brother, he's come around and he's took the things that I've done, right? He's perfected it, right?
Perfect.
He's took a lot of the dumb shit that I may have done. He's seen what I did, right? Seen what I did wrong. See what the reasoning for why I got into trouble for it, and then was like, all right,
this is how
this is how I can do this better. Right?
The comments are building up.
Go ahead. You can read them. You already know. Stop me, Mobile. Shahida said you're supposed to keep your kids humble, boys or girls, because there might come a time when you can't give them the glorified things, which is true. Very true.
Well, also, I do have a counter argument. Hold
on, let's read these comments that I got you in your argument. Tyrone said he was great for saying what black men need to hear, especially the younger black men, which is very true. Trina said that they don't spoil their kids, and I support that. With facts, Tyrone said he was waking up young black minds while being in a place of power, being the face of Captain America. Every father and mother should play the clip for their son. Evie said, "It's not dumb. It's finding your way and discovering you." Go ahead. You said you had a comment.
The only way is through. There is no shortcut, no easy route. Facts. The storms you face must be walked through step by step, no matter how heavy the rain falls. Each moment you endure is shaping you, sharpening you,
Just raise your voice a little bit.
Preparing you for what lies ahead. It's not about avoiding the struggle. It's about proving to yourself that you can withstand it. Keep moving. Every step forward is a victory. Facts. Thank you, Javon.
Hey.
My counter argument to that was there's levels to discipline and there's levels to almost you can't force humility. I understand. I'm taking the counter.
I feel like yes, you can.
You can, but
because no matter how you look at it, the world is gonna humble you. Whether you like it or not, they're gonna force that humility on you.
But it's a choice to face it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, hold on. Buffalo Don said, all what he said is true, but again, this works. Doesn't want it because they know that if we become stronger mentally, they can't control us.
I think you must say world.
Okay, yeah. World, America has lost its sight on humility, which is very true.
It's a consumer.
But I feel like the beginning to say he doesn't spoil his kids and then say he doesn't not that he doesn't give them name brand. I'm not gonna say that, but to throw out certain brands and feel like that is spoiling, I feel like that's not true because I wasn't spoiled as a kid and I wasn't the best of kids.
But at the time when you was a kid, a pair of Jordans wasn't costing $150, $200.
Yeah, but if a kid deserves it,
No, but again, if he's deserves it, that's not spoiling it.
Yeah.
Right, you're rewarding his hard work, but over here your kid just exists, right? It's not to say that what Tyrone said. Did y'all notice how they didn't how he protect masculinity? What are you three going to do to help reverse what they have started? No. So if you read, so what he's getting at is if you read a lot of the comments, even under that particular video, there's a lot of the comments where, oh well, he doesn't have, just like Monte has said, that's not that's not start. I'm over here teaching humility and why he got to be like that and over here just because over here like they're too over there. Over here, you're the head of the household. They're not over here, so they're not supposed like they don't have to protect anything. Blah blah blah. Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, like, and honestly and truly, I honestly believe y'all wrong. Like y'all wrong for that because back in the day, like so, like, and I like look, I just look at it on some. If you went out to the military, right?
Yes.
Right. Let's say, for instance, you was the father. You went out to the you in the military. They like whatever. Like they called you, hey yo, you got to go to Iraq.
Yeah.
And you gonna be out there for like 2 years. Who's raising your child? Like you know, like no, like however long the tour is, right?
Yeah.
We gonna like I'm just saying 2 years. Just,
Wait, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Hypothetical, but I tend to. I'm sorry. I'm a logical person, logically faceted person. I can't really support the idea. You said back in the day first. That's and you
Okay,
you
go
cut
ahead.
it back, and to say. I'm not here to say against toxic masculinity or masculine. We need masculine men in this society, whether we like it or not. We need masculine men. Now, am I do I dislike toxic masculinity? Yes, but do you need it to remove the role of strong back flouters?
read it out now. Say it with your chest, man.
Oh,
Yeah, we live.
yeah, society remove the role of the but also I
Which
feel
is true.
Yeah, which is true, but also it's also on the individual. You can still be a good father. You just have to. You got to put in the things that they don't see. There's the things that people don't see that we have to keep in mind. This is a Shade Room clip. You know what I mean? Like we got to keep in mind.
Actually, it was from the Pivot. It was from a show called The Pivot.
The Pivot.
Yeah.
Oh, so
the Pivot. The Pivot.
Shade Room.
Shade Room just
reposted.
reposted. Yeah.
Oh my lord. But no, it's meant to spark controversy and engagement. But also, there's a real thing about how do you move as a black father in a consumer-based America, especially with all these prices rising, with all we just had tariffs induced by China. I'm not big into the news. I should be reading the news more, but I didn't get to read it this morning. But it's a crazy world out there, and you got to raise your kid right. And I think the craziest part about Anthony Mackie is the fact he is rich. His son, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he has a different perspective. Now, I want to get to you on it. How do you feel about that? Since he is rich, do you feel like you could spoil your kids because you went through the trials and tribulations, or do they have?
I feel like for me, it was more based on. I get why a lot of people was upset because it made like other people who are not as successful or as wealthy as he is feel like maybe they're doing the wrong thing or they're teaching their kids the wrong thing, which is not where I hit me and make it, like he's targeting my mom specifically, but it is. I do feel like certain things bring a type of person. Humility does bring a different type of, so we talk about men, a different type of man, but also a lot more than just humility goes into that. A different type of swag, of different type of feeling. Like you said, back in the day, right? We're gonna say back in the day because I'm gonna say the first time I bought my first pair of Jordans. Yeah. I bought it myself. I went out, bought a box of chocolates, went out and sold them, and I bought and went back in the day when you had to buy get the raffle
And you worked
Oh,
hard for it.
Where it is.
You worked hard and you earned it.
That now I could have asked somebody for money, or I could have did whatever. Me getting it myself taught me that I can get fresh by myself. I can do my own thing by myself, and it did teach me quote unquote humility. But at the same time, it's also it made me feel better. Yeah, and nowadays it is kind of what you wear, right? But what's it saying? The outfit doesn't make the man makes the outfit.
Yeah.
I do believe that's the thing. So,
and I think that's what Anthony Mackie was more saying over here. Before you get the swag, right? Before you out here wearing, I don't want you to think that you better. I don't want you to think that. I don't like Monte. I don't want you thinking that you better than me because you got Jordans and I'm not wearing Jordans. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's on some. I want you to be a good person first. Like I want you to over here grow up over here and gain the skills of a good of a good man first, right? Because we're just gonna take masculinity out of it, even though we can't. But
we can. We actually can.
So and I want you to just be a good person first.
Because it's
be
not
a good,
about...
respectable person over here. I want you to be I want you to be humble. I don't want you because a lot of people over here feel like, oh yeah, just because. Hold up. Tyrone said, masculine men are needed. How do you three show it on a daily basis to the younger men that look up to you?
I don't show men how to be men. I can't show you that because every man is different. I could only show you how to be a good person. And like how my homeboy was just saying right here, I can only show you how to be a good man. I can't show. I can only show you how to be a good person, not a good man.
But see, that's not necessarily true, right? Because
hold on. But what Tyrone was saying, I double because he was pretty much I used to work with children, right? Yeah. And a part of nowadays what children look for, what they go for more is what they see often and what pretty much what you're wearing and what's visual to them, right?
Yeah.
So because to me a masculine man is a whole thing put into one thing, right? So if
what is it to you?
So right, so if a lot of kids see, me with the nicest stuff, the freshest stuff, they are more receptive to be like, oh, I want to talk to this person, I want to be with this person, I want to get like this person, right?
So you feel like masculinity, like part of masculinity is how you look.
And how you look and how you dress.
Well,
so
also,
not to throw out what Anthony Mack was saying about spoiling his kids, but nowadays this is what they look for. I'd rather them come look at me at the way I dress instead of the dude who got the same thing I got on, but he's also on the corner, standing there for hours trying to make the extra bucks he's trying to make. You feel? But I don't want them looking at that as he getting money, he getting the girls, he got everything, and count that as masculinity instead of looking at what I got.
But I also feel like it's also move it here. I want you to earn if that's what you're gonna wear. I want you to earn that, and like my that's how my father had, that's how my
society works.
But you
that's
see,
not
but again, that's what he's saying. But that goes back to what he's saying,
and that's old fashioned. That's what I'm saying. It's a flawed opinion because look, he's rich. His kids are gonna eventually.
Okay,
if he dies today or tomorrow, his kids are gonna get that money.
But now
there's no way
he's rich, right?
Yes.
But now that's how he's rich, right? And that's how he's teaching them. But what about you? I'm over the three of us. We are not rich.
But that's what he's saying. A kid will look at someone out on the street more like, I want to be like that and I want to do with their money because that's what they see. That's what that's something you see.
But then that's also the reason. But then that's also the reason why over here a lot of our kids over here is looking up to like the drug dealers and stuff like that because that's what they're seeing.
Wait, not where I'm at.
Well,
maybe
not necessarily, and that's not like, and you're right. Right, because that's not everywhere.
Yes.
But I know a lot of what I lot of what I see in my community is a lot of our teens, right? And I work in a school. I work with I'm working with teens.
With the young kids.
I'm working with them, and a lot. Like one day I had asked some of my middle schoolers, was like, "Yo, what do you want to be when you grow up?" Right. Yeah. What do you want to be when you grow up? Right. Mm-hmm. A typical question that teachers have asked for ages.
All the time.
I've got drug dealer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got that.
I've got that was one of the answers that I had gotten. Right, mind you, this is a 7th grader. Mm-hmm. He said, "Yo, I want to be a drug dealer." Right, because this is what they're seeing.
Wait, hold on, Sexy.
Go ahead.
Not enough kids today know the value of working for something. They get allowance just for existing. Working and saving for things is a missing life skill. Well, and this goes hand in hand with discipline. You have to be able to teach a kid, but you can't make them work for everything. Me, when I was younger, I had to wash dishes, mop the floor. I had to keep the house clean. You know what I mean? And I would get $20 a week.
Evie said, "Teach your children to value themselves and the importance of self-love and hard work."
And that's what it is. It's carrying yourself the right way.
And that's what he's saying too, though.
A lot of people can't do that, but like Mari said, a lot of people are not in a position to do that. You can't see your mom or your dad or whoever you live with do certain things because they work in 2 jobs. And like cause that's why I put me, because most of the time when I work with kids, I was with their kids more than they were with their kids.
Yeah.
Because they work so much.
Same. And I'm like, that's me too.
When they look at, if they're not in the after school program, not somewhere else, they look out in the street. That's what they see. They see it all the time. They're in the basketball courts. They're in it. And that's not to put out the whole drug thing. People, they do what they got to do to survive. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But I'd rather a kid come to me and be like.
But you know what, though? Even just looking at the drug thing, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody, a lot of our kids, they're seeing oh, over here the local drug dealer, right, is like he out here, he driving a G-Wagons, he driving a Benz and all of that, blah blah blah. But what a lot of these kids don't understand is that even in the drug game, it is hard work, right? Like you're not like it's not just well, I'm over here, I'm gonna go and start selling drugs and I'm not promoting selling drugs or whatever the case may be. But it's not just I started selling drugs today, and by the end of the week, I'm gonna be able to afford this, that, and the third. No, you have no matter how you look at it, right? No matter how you look at it, no matter what you do,
yes,
there is always hard work involved.
They don't get the concept.
And that's the thing, though. That's what we have to teach, and that's what Anthony Mackie is teaching. Go ahead, Al. I hear you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, and I think you're really missing the point. The point is not so much about sneakers or the type of gear. It's really about the values, principles, and morals that he's instilled into his children that'll prevent them from going the wrong way if they're paying attention, okay? The experiences has nothing to do with how much he's making or where he is in life. It's about what he's setting his children up to be able to afford and to be able to delve into as they become older so that they don't have to depend on no one else. They'll be full-rounded young men or women so that they can succeed in society, so that they don't have to depend on one or two people or look at drugs or because everybody else has something, that's what I'm going to aspire to do. It's all about the individuality that he's gifted them with so that they can be productive.
You know, and I'm going to piggyback off of what he said, right? Damn, I lost my thought. Go ahead. I did. I definitely did. Like, I had it.
I get what I was saying because I have been, I'll say I'm a product of my environment. I'll say I've been the little kid seeing, the dealers, I hate to say back in the day because it's not what we're going through right now, but I've been the little kid and the dealers, come on, come little homie, come throw this dice, come do this, doing store runs, doing stuff like that. That's why I'm like big on what they see and what they do. And it's not, I don't want to make it sound like I'm bashing on the drug dealer, but if we're on this specific topic of what they see and what masculinity is and what you're teaching your kids, for a lot of people that are out there, sometimes the streets teach your kids more than you do or the school does.
Absolutely, and I have to agree with you because here's what we got to keep in mind, right? For a lot of us that grew up in these communities, we live in a silo, and all we know is the circumference of that community that we are in, okay? Anything outside of that is foreign. So we only grow up doing what we know and what we've experienced. And like Monte just said, there was drug dealers out there who would try to pull you in, and then there's others that were out there who would try to look out for you and be like, yo, shorty, go the other way. You know what I mean? But still in all, there's a right and wrong in those things. There's morals and values, and it's for us as individuals to be able to pick up on those things so that we don't stray into the negativity that's out there as well.
You become what surrounds you at the end of the day, no matter what, and you have to put yourself in the right predicaments in the right places so you don't become like the people you don't want to be. I can't really put it in words, but you have to be in the right space, and it's on the parents. For me, I would put it on the parents. I understand a lot of us come from single parent households. 8 hours at school, you're probably still at work. You're probably on your way home from work. You got to put them to after school. They don't see you a lot, but just try. I'm not telling you, but just try.
Like, and I do put it, like, personally, I would put it on the parents, but I can't put it solely on the parents. Because there's also society as well. Because back in the day where you would be able to have
a friend or a grandmother or
like there's no if I'm not mistaken, we had discussed it either on this show or I think Gatekeeper had discussed it on Behind Enemy Lines. There is no community anymore, right? Like, remember, like, there used to be a saying that said
it takes a village
to raise a
child. Yes,
and there is no village anymore. Like, I know when I was growing up, right, and I used to visit my grandmother's building, right? Like that's where my grandmother raised my dad and my uncles and everything, and everybody in that area knew me, right? And I also knew that if I acted up,
everybody would get to her.
even in church, right? Even in church, everybody in my church knew, right? Until this day, still know. I act the fool. They see me acting a fool. What have you? They can go back to my parents, and I'm gonna get that ass whooping, right? No matter.
Yeah, but you know what, King? I hear you, but see, there was a time where they didn't have to go back to your parents. They would check you, right, and correct you right there on the spot.
They had that opportunity too.
These days, when that happens, parents become offended and they want to fight the individual when the child is absolutely wrong. And that's why we are lost today as a society and a community, because nobody wants you to say anything to their child, whether they're right, wrong, or different. And I don't think that's fair, because we're all out here in this community together. And if I see a young person headed down the wrong way, it should be okay for me to say, yo, shorty, yo, young lady, you shouldn't be doing that.
And the saddest part about it is that a lot of these kids are a reflection of their parents. Yeah. So like, I had just the other day, I had a student. He acts up. Like, there's a student at my job. He acts up, right? Yeah. Like, over here, you can't tell him no if he doesn't get his way, whatever case may be. He acts up, right? And one day, his moms had pulled up, right? And his mom's and when his mom started going off, and we're like, so this is why he act like this.
This is where he get it from.
This is where he get it from.
You become what surrounds you. Yeah. Like I said before. Yeah.
And then I have another student at my job where he got he starts flipping out when he doesn't when you tell him no, right? And I'm like, yo, my man's, I don't really it doesn't. At the end of the day, right? You have to hear the word no, because when you get once you get out of my class,
it's a bigger world out there.
There's a bigger world. Over here, when you go to middle school, you go to high school, they're gonna tell you no. I'm over here, I care.
I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't.
They're not gonna treat you with the same over here kid gloves that I'm treating you with, right? Let the kids let you do. I'm over here be like, yeah, well, nah, this person told me no, and I'm gonna start flipping out. The kids that you want to see in middle school and high school, they just gonna whoop your ass and keep it pushing.
Sexy. It's the age-old discussion of nature versus nurture. You need
and
both.
You're absolutely right.
It's a 50-50 thing. You can't always walk up with the backhand, but you also can't. Too many parents suffer from my baby don't do nothing.
Read it with your chest, man. Read it with your chest.
Too many parents suffer from my baby don't do nothing wrong syndrome.
It's true.
That is true. But no, back to the nature versus nurture comment. Yeah, it is true. You just have to. You can't walk up with the backhand every time, but you also can't be too much on the. Oh, he's just a little. It's accidents happen. You have to find a firm line, and
it has to be a balance.
Yeah. And it was. But I
feel like that's very hard when there's one
person. That's
because it's hard to be the good cop and the bad cop. You feel what I'm saying?
Well,
so that's why I feel.
Monte, I have to beg to differ.
Okay.
Because I was that latchkey kid that grew up in a house, single mother. Mm-hmm. Okay, I grew up in the projects, Clinton Projects, on Tiffin Park. Everything was going on in my neighborhood. But again, the neighborhood was a neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Everybody knew everybody. Okay, the parents didn't have a problem letting you know that you better straighten up. Either I'm gonna whoop your butt or I'm gonna tell your mother she gonna whoop your butt. Mm-hmm. Okay, we knew right, wrong. Okay, we didn't go and get into adult business.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's a line there. Yeah, my mother was a wild girl. You hear me? She would curse you out in a minute. I mean, she'll make you feel so small before she even put her hands on you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And people knew not to play with her. And her kids were like, we know firsthand what she gonna give up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, that alone was enough for me. But that didn't mean that I didn't hit them streets. Yeah. That didn't mean that I was out there doing the crazy stuff, but I learned enough from my mother.
You was cautious of how you did it.
Right, but I learned enough from my mother to say that today I'm successful with my own businesses. Okay, I retired twice. I've been doing my thing because of the values and principles that she instilled in me. Right?
Yeah.
So again, we can't say because the singles are how harder. It depends on the mother's desires to really want to have the best life for their children. And that's where the success rate comes in.
There's an effort.
And they sacrifice.
Yeah. Evie said, my youngest had a problem with the word no. I had to work with him, but that was where I had to sacrifice as a mother and make time for them. You can be a good cop and bad cop. The word community dynamic, which is true. Like, and I know for a fact she been working, because I had her son since he was kindergarten, right? To the point, like, from kindergarten to he graduated, right? I have worked with him, and like I've seen the change, right? And I've heard just the conversation she's had with him, because there's been a few times when he was like, you know what, I just need to talk to my mom, and I'm like, all right, cool, we gonna call mom, right? And he's like, I don't want to be in school no more. I don't this, I don't blah blah blah, and she gets firm with him, right? Like, and she got firm with him, like, listen, you, like, first and foremost, as a black man, like, because she, like, along with teaching him as a child, she was like, listen, you was a young black man, right? And she kept it 100 with him, yes. Right? And which, that's honestly respectable, right? The key is she agrees. It was an amazing change, right? Like, and the change that he went through from when he was young, like when he was kindergarten, you said no to him, he was ready to smack you. Don't matter. It didn't matter. Like, his hands worked. But by the time he graduated, his hands still worked, right? His hands still, but it was a little bit more, like, there was definitely a change, right? It wasn't just a, no, bah! Like, no, it was, okay, well, I didn't like what you said, blah, blah, blah. You get him to a certain level angry, then he's still gonna outburst. But I'm like, but there is definitely
a level of communication and a level of at least understanding, to where we could avoid that line. It isn't the first option.
And he was able to talk him down. Yes. But we're gonna get into this next video because we got time constraints. Yeah, right? We can't be here all day.
Yeah.
Men really like the natural look more than we think. Like, when they say men are simple creatures, they meant that. Like, I remember it was times where I just went outside, like, no makeup. I didn't even have my lashes on. Like, my hair was in a little bun. And I got so many compliments. Like, I'm thinking in my head, I look a mess. But men, they really actually like it. Like, they really prefer the natural look over the wigs, the lashes, like, even the BBLs. They still prefer the natural body over the BBL body. And we be doing all that for us because we be in competition with one another. But when it comes to the men don't really care about none of that. They really are like simple creatures. They prefer natural over anything, any day.
Brother, let me ask you a question right quick.
Yeah.
What was that Drake? What was that verse that Drake had said? He said, sweatpants and what? Like, sweatpants and what? Sweatpants with no makeup on?
Something like that.
Something like that, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? I want natural, right? I want that. Like, yeah, BBLs is cool to look at, right? That's cool. Like, visually you good, whatever case may be. But at the end of the day, I don't want that. Yeah. Right? I want even like, and what was it? J. Cole, he said, I want to see something real, like stretch marks.
That was Kendrick Lamar. That was Kendrick Lamar.
It was Kendrick? My bad. You know what?
Show me some,
show me something natural, like, over here.
And a stretch mark.
Exactly. Right, and over here, let me put some respect on Kendrick's name. I apologize for that. I don't need him coming at me like he did Drake. Yeah. Right, I don't need to be chilling in Australia over here hiding. But I don't need you to do over here a whole tour over here coming at my name.
Yeah, but no, definitely.
Hold on. That's it. Like, women, listen up closely, right? Y'all come closer. Hold on, let me bring the mic a little bit closer. Natural. Fuck all of the wigs. Fuck the makeup. School and had, I got a little gut. No. That's cool. We like that. Right? Like, that's cool. Like, over here, I got stretch marks. You know what stretch marks is? Stretch marks is a roadmap. Over here. And for all of y'all that, and if y'all don't know what a roadmap is, you too young and you should not be watching my show. Okay? Like, yo, that natural look, I don't, like, dudes don't care about, and, like, please, correct me if I'm wrong. Dudes don't care about makeup and all of that.
Nah, I beg to differ.
I dislike it.
I beg to differ. Because I don't want, feel me? I'm more for the natural, but some of y'all need a Brazilian wax. Some of you get your brows done.
See, Brazilian wax. That's not.
I need to get your shit up to date.
I'm not talking about.
I get the whole your body. Hold on, I get the whole your body be comfortable in your skin. I ain't gonna tell nobody not to feel that way. Don't bleach your skin. Don't do none of that. But at the end of the day, don't come on here looking like a hot mess. So I get what she's saying. She had the bun on. Everybody took. Sweetheart, you can have sweatpants on and a bonnet. Your shit look nice in them sweatpants. A nigga talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm letting it slide, but. Keep your shit together.
But see,
so the BBLs look good because they look together. Some of them.
Yeah. Because listen, if you got a huge ass and tiny legs,
to make no sense. Marshmallows at the top and toothpicks at the bottom. It look crazy. No, but at the end of the day, I'm okay with the be natural, be you. But
see, you didn't go into that.
Together.
See, but you went into grooming. That's not necessarily makeup, right? Like makeup, that's. Over here your brows. Over here doing like the Botox for your lips.
Some girls got the I won't call them passion, but the blemishes, the marks. They use a little makeup. I'm okay with that. But don't doll yourself up. But don't make it just seem like.
But now, do you want that all the time though? Right? Because like I'm over like, and when I say makeup, I'm looking at like over here. Shorty got makeup on like she going out all the time. Like when she wake up, she look like she going out to the club.
It makes a level of confidence, and that goes back to the whole sneakers and what you wear and how you feel thing. But yes, I'm okay with that because I don't want.
There's a difference between full face and enhancement with makeup, and you're right. See, I'm okay with just the enhancement with makeup. Right, like my girl, she may do a little over here like the little brow, like the little brows, right? Touch that up just a little bit, make it look a little bit better, right? She may do a little what is that? It's not lip gloss, it's over like lip, whatever.
Filler,
like,
lip filler.
No, not filler. Like that right.
I like the injection, but I don't know the makeup terms.
You can see me a bunch of dudes up here. You can see me a bunch of dudes. Like women help us out a little bit.
But
right, but. So, like, if you're doing, like, just to enhance what you already have, that's cool. But now, if we go out, and...
Lip liner, there we go.
There you go. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. Because lip liner, that's like... that's like
around the lip.
That goes around the lip. I'm talking, like, the lip... Like, I think it's just lipstick. Lipstick. I think it's lipstick.
Yeah.
But, like...
Lip balm? Anyways, finish it.
You can see me a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, finish it.
But... If you going out, right, full face makeup, like, over here, it takes you, like, 3 hours to get to put your face on?
I'm okay with that.
Nah. Because, like, hold on. Shahida said, that's why I don't do makeup. People judge you when you have all that extra. Then when they see you dressed up with no makeup, they're like, oh, she's pretty. Which is true, right? It's all good. It's all good, kid. I'll see you later, right? You can say bye all you want. I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah, but no, I believe it's really a woman's body. Like, I can't say it. It's her body. It's her choice. She can do whatever she wants with it. Me personally, I don't really care for makeup that much. If you want to, go ahead. If you don't, it's up to you. It's not my body. You got to feel comfortable in your own skin. That's always been my thing. No matter what you are, who you are, you got to feel comfortable in your own skin. That's been my number one thing.
But then don't get mad at me when I make a comment, right?
Yeah,
after I see... So then don't get mad when I make a comment over here. If, let's say, for instance, I met up with you at the club, whatever case may be, and I'm like, all right, cool. Well, then we went back to the spot, and then I wake up next to you in the morning.
Oh.
And over here, when I went, like, I took Beyonce home, like...
Because you woke up with her. You made that choice.
I was about to say, you signed up for that.
You signed up for that.
I went to sleep.
Comes with the contract.
Once you take me home, anything that happens at home is your fault.
Listen, no. Listen, if I pick up Beyonce at the club...
Yes.
And I wake up next to Rasputia at 5 in the morning...
That's your fault.
Nah, nigga, no.
It comes with... It's not...
No.
You took me home, nigga. I didn't... What the fuck?
You agree.
You took the risk. It's a risk.
Listen.
You play.
So
I
don't
keep
get-
telling you, I've
but-
been saying this since the show started. When you out in these streets, you play in the game.
But
you gotta
don't get
come
mad-
with the pros and the cons.
But you're right. Pros and cons, right? So the pro over here,
You might
I had
bring
to
home
face-
a 10 when you wake up. She's a fool. It happens.
Okay, but then you also over here pros and cons. You over here, you went to the club looking like a 4. You went to the club looking like a 10. Over here, and I wake up next to you, you look like a 4, and I make a comment, right? And I make a comment like, "Shit, oh damn!" Like over here,
She
who the hell
signed
is
that.
you?
She signed that
for that
risk,
too,
but
but-
she went with
Exactly.
it.
But you
And
know-
it go hold on. It
So,
goes
but now,
into-
I'm not gonna get mad. Like I'm not gonna get mad. I'm gonna be mad over that happened. But I'm like, all right, cool. You gonna hold the grudge?
No, she's not.
Yeah. Hell yes, she will.
It also,
Hell
it
yes,
also-
she will. I've
it-
been there before, man.
it-
I'm talking experience.
But this also
Right?
goes
I've been to
into
bed with a nut.
Wait, hold
this
on.
also goes into right, because
Yes.
this is my pet peeve.
Yes.
Some of y'all big girls out there wearing them skinny girl outfits.
Yeah.
It don't work. Don't be mad. Niggas is clowning you and shaming you on the internet and out in public. It don't work. It don't fit.
I thought
signed
you was
that risk and
180.
you
I
put
thought
it
you was
on.
180. Move it, and you took all of that off, and you 410. That's crazy.
It don't work.
That's crazy.
It don't work.
Right,
So
but again,
I
now
feel like
Monte,
all the-
it's her body, her choice, right?
It is.
It is.
Right?
And
But
it's
now don't
my
get
freedom
mad
of
when I
speech
make the
to tell you,
comment.
sweetheart, that shit don't fit. Take it off.
Well, it varies.
Then don't get mad when I make my
You
comments.
can make your comments. It varies from woman to woman. I believe that. No, a lot of you shouldn't get mad when you make your comment. But also, if you wake up next to that in the morning, it's a part of the risk. It's part of the game. Now, if you
I'm suing you.
I'm
I'm suing.
I don't
I'm
know about
suing you
that.
for false advertisement.
false defamation.
For
Defamation
de-
of character.
No, not defamation of character, because she ain't say nothing about me. Over here, I'm suing for false advertisement.
No.
Hold on,
no.
Shahida said, I'm not playing the game. Take me as I am. If you can't see me as a 10 or an 8 the same way I am with makeup, then don't talk to me. Respectfully. Exactly, Shahida. Right? Listen.
But some of y'all out there be thinking y'all 10s and y'all 9s and y'all not.
And you know what? And I'm gonna say it because ain't nobody else saying it, right? Why is you getting judged? Because honestly and truly, nigga, I'm jealous. Here's why. Here's what I'm saying. Here's why. And I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Hear me out. On a good day, I'm about a 5. Right?
Yeah.
On a really good day, I'm a 5.2. Okay?
The wake up, you feel like a 7. Just saying.
So sometimes I do wake up feeling like a 7, but then I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm just a
Because you ain't put the
5.5.
blemish on, you ain't put the
No.
lip line on.
But
shout out to Akeem.
but that right there,
You
they don't
ain't-
got
you-
that for dudes. Like they don't got none of that for dudes. I'm
They
not
do
like
called the shape up, little tram,
okay,
little
but now,
cologne, little what's
but now that right
aftershave,
there, that's
that Shit
cool.
from Home Alone.
But
yeah,
again,
you-
dudes over here, dudes have no choice but to be natural.
No, you could
Right?
you could hit the gym.
I'm about to say,
No, but again, that's natural. Like
hit
that
the
right
gym.
there, you
That's
put
cap.
the work in.
Cap,
but
this
I
nigga
can't
getting
go-
tattoos with the hairlines. The cap, nope.
But like no.
The
But
fake
like,
waves, nope.
The fake wave.
No, that's definitely a thing. But like, I'm not, but like,
fake abs,
on
they out here,
but
they
like,
wildin', they
but like the
wildin'.
average dude is not doing all of that.
Yeah.
Like the average dude is not doing all of that. The average dude, if he's a
The
3,
veneers, that count. I'm counting
like the
that.
average
No, the
guy,
veneers is cool.
if he's a 3,
Yeah.
that nigga's just a 3. If he got some money, that nigga's maybe about a 7.
A 6, probably.
Right? He about a 6 or a 7. But we can't go, like, we not going to the club over here like some of these women is where, oh, we got the whole, hold up, Evie said, I think society in Hollywood plays a big role in how some ladies feel they need to be. Self-love. You right. And we're going to touch on that in a minute.
It's their job to look good. They're on the screen.
Huh?
It's their job to look good. They're on the
Not
screen.
really.
Not
no,
necessarily, because there's some
no,
ugly people on
no.
screen. Right? Tyrone said there are guys putting on makeup. But I'm talking, like, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. You're right. There
Fake
are
dreads?
exceptions.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They had
Yup.
dreads on
The
Temu.
extension,
The
yeah.
Temu dreads. Yeah,
But now-
that's crazy.
The majority of dudes is not doing all of that. The majority of dudes, listen, shorty, if you took me home, you knew when we was at that club that I was only about a 5.
Yeah.
And you took me home.
Well, are we
Right,
accounting the
actually-
alcohol into this? Because alcohol be making a lot of people go up.
You
Yeah,
right.
if I,
you
if I
right.
get
You
too
right.
drunk, I might, you know,
You right. You right. Now we ain't counting alcohol in it. But like, all right, if you see me just on a regular day,
Okay, there we go.
right? On a regular day, right, and you decide to talk to me, you know that I'm a 5. There is no amount of makeup that I'm doing that's going to change me from a 5 or moving 5+.
But you could dress a certain way and you could carry yourself a certain way.
Cool. So that I went from a 5 to a 6.
But that's still a jump. That's something.
Okay.
That's a big jump for some people. That's
Yeah, no, it is.
You're right. But and that's why I said, like, if you got bread, you over here, like, you go from like a 4 to like a 7. And like that's a jump. You're right.
Yeah.
But I'm talking just the average Joe. I'm talking just over here, the 3 of us. We not really
Average Joe.
Whoa, damn.
Listen, we all average, right? We all average.
Brother.
Damn, how you just?
How you gonna do us like that?
I mean, I'm all for self love. You feel like you a 5. I feel like I'm a lot more than a 5.
Listen, I'm keeping it. I'm honest. We're all average.
Okay.
Right. To most women, we are average.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And they jump from a 3 to an 8. So and a lot of them, they the women that we walk we'll walk by. We ain't gonna give them a second look.
Cause you know I ain't gonna shoot that shot. Well, that's a bit on you because you gotta shoot.
I'm just saying,
don't try to be shallow. Don't try to be shallow.
No, but remember, dudes are visual creatures, right?
Yeah.
So if off the first glance, you don't look like somebody that I would talk to, I'm not gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
It has we haven't gotten into over here, you look too good and I'm not gonna talk to you. Right? That right there, that's not that. I'm talking over here, we just walk by, I just walking by you.
Yeah.
Right? You know, we all walk, we walking down the block, right? And we see a shorty. Okay?
Nah, not me. You
see her coming from you'll see her, you'll pass by her, you're like, all right, in your head, you ain't gonna say something out loud, but in your head, you're like, all right,
I might.
whatever.
Just like Friday, then, and so you know.
Yeah, right. But it's we can't that right there. We looking at that shorty with the full makeup on, with the BBL and all that, blah blah blah. I want a natural shorty, right? I'm over here.
Are you natural shorty worthy?
Yes. Yes.
Why
I am average.
Why are you not BBL girl worthy? What's the matter with that? What's the matter with a challenge?
Have you ever slept with a BBL? With a shorty with a BBL?
No, I haven't. I've heard stories. I've heard stories of good BBLs, heard stories of bad BBLs.
No.
It's an experience.
Yeah. It's just one of those things you gotta. No, we don't do that. We don't. You don't want it. All right. You don't want it.
Have you ever been with a BBL? Have you ever been with a BBL?
Yes.
Have you ever been with a good BBL?
Yes, and a bad one.
How many BBLs have you been with?
3.
That's not enough. That's not enough.
Hang on, come on, wait, hold on. And he's been with 0. How is he such a martyr?
That's not enough. That's not enough.
Listen, I've been with 3.
That's not enough.
And I know that. Give me the girl with the stretch marks and the movie. I want
that. Means you had a bad experience. If I had 3 meals and I tell you don't try it or try something else, it's not good.
If I've been to the restaurant and I'm over and I've gotten 3 different things off your menu. And they all bad.
It's not different.
Nah, nigga, they're bad.
You just said it. It's 3. All 3 had BBLs. They just wasn't good BBLs. So it turned.
One of them was a good BBL. It was a bad experience.
Are you sure you was?
So the girl was the bad experience, not the BBL.
I didn't like it nonetheless.
Are you sure it was the right chef cooking? Was the right chef cooking?
If I go to your restaurant and I
get the right chef,
if you can feel the silicone, it ain't right.
Yeah.
If you feel the silicone, it ain't right.
Get the good.
And sometimes you don't feel silicone. Sometimes they feel like cement.
Yeah, see, you have bad experience.
I said sometimes. I didn't say all the time.
He did say sometimes, right? But brother, did you have a good chef in the kitchen?
No, it didn't sound.
I am the good chef.
Don't sound like no. You can't call yourself the chef. That's not how it works.
I am a good chef.
You have to have a good.
But
chef
you know what? We gonna move on to this next video. We gonna move it. Because again, we got time constraints and such.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
3 times we're gonna say, nah, it ain't good. That's only 3 times.
So why my baby mama boyfriend gonna call me talking about, oh, bro, can you please take my mama's urn off the internet? You being a little too disrespectful. Can you just take it off the internet and bring it to me? Bro, I went down there and I bought your mama's ashes. How is you gonna tell me I'm being too disrespectful with my property? I own her. He told me, bro, you don't think you taking this a little too far? How am I taking it too far with something that I own? Y'all couldn't afford to pay for her remains, so I went and bought them. Why you tripping? He told me, bro, that's all me and my siblings got to remember my mama by. Can you please just bring us the ashes? I said, bro, did you go buy my son his shoes? I saved y'all a couple of dollars by going to buy her remains. Did you buy my son his shoes? He like, bro, no, we haven't had a chance to. I'm like, so where the money at? He like, I don't really think that's important right now, bro. We just trying to get my mama ashes back. Say less. I told you what I was about to do to her yesterday, bro. Smell my fingers.
So for all y'all that don't know this video, that don't know movie, what's going on, because there's a backstory to this video.
Okay.
There is a backstory. So he got a child, right?
Yes.
He got a son, right? Over him and his baby mama, they not together, whatever the case may be. He gave baby moms monies to buy his kids some shoes, right? Baby moms hit him up, hey, your son needs some new shoes. Cool. He was like, like a good father. Here's some bread.
Yeah.
Next time he saw his son was like, oh, so which shoes did your mama buy you? He was like, mama ain't buy me no sneakers, right? Mama used that money on her boyfriend. So, right, he was like, yo, so what happened to them? Like, what's up? Buy him, like, how come you ain't buy him the sneakers? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm over here, my boyfriend. He needed the money because I'm over here, his moms had died, right? I'm over here trying to gain money. I'm over here for the ashes.
Yeah.
Right? They're trying to cremate her and everything like that. So he was like, so he bought the ashes.
Me personally, I'm dumping them.
He bought boyfriend's ashes. He bought boyfriend's mom's ashes and was like, I'll give them back to you if you buy my son his sneakers.
Yeah.
Right? Just like I said, and just like he said, I saved you the money. Just buy our son the sneakers. That's it. Right? And he's made various videos even past that, because I think that was just like part 2. He goes in. Mm-hmm. Like it go in. Right? If y'all haven't seen it, go up there, look up the video, the dude with the who bought girlfriend over baby mom's boyfriend's ashes. Right? Or baby mom's boyfriend's mom's ashes. That's a lot of
words. Yeah, but let me cut you off real quick.
I don't think I've been petty enough.
Yeah, I feel you gotta be a good hater. There's efficiency to hating, and that's
no. See, that's not hate. See, that's not hating. That's not hating, right? That's not we haven't reached hating. That's
because hating is spending your hard-earned money. You work hard for that money.
But see, hating is I've spent my money over here because I'm trying to over here. More or less, hating is borderlines on jealousy.
Yeah.
No, this is you didn't want to do. So now I'm going to be petty. This is petty. And I feel like I have not been petty enough in my life. I thought that I've been petty in my life.
Yeah.
But I ain't never bought nobody's ashes before.
Yeah. That's
right. I ain't never been holding somebody's ashes ransom.
No, yeah, that's crazy.
Right? I feel like I have not reached
the level of pettiness.
But
also, I think it does stem from a bit of hate, because he said my baby mama's boyfriend. That used to be his woman. That's not.
He broke up with her though.
That's hate. He broke up with her, or she broke up with him.
No, he said it. He was like, he broke up with her because she came at him and said, because one day in one of the videos. My fault. She came at him, was like, oh well, I feel like you doing this over here because of you mad that what me and him have and you and I didn't work out. He was like, I broke up with you.
That's crazy.
Right? I broke up with
even if you.
Because you were saying something.
Wait, hold on. No disrespect to the dead, but he ain't wrong. Give that man his money back or buy those sneakers.
Yeah, just buy the sneakers. He was like, I don't even want the money. Just buy the sneakers.
Just buy the sneakers. Yeah, I'm trying to make an equilibrium with you. That's just pettiness. Sometimes you gotta be grown. You gotta be grown and petty, because sometimes being grown and right ain't enough. Sometimes you gotta teach people a lesson, and that's what it's about. Just teaching people a lesson. And I'm not gonna be the guy to be like, oh, put your finger in the ashes. That's a little crazy.
Oh, he fingered his mom.
Yeah.
He fingered him over the mom.
Nah, I seen it to smell my fingers.
Yeah.
I'm not. Man, that's just crazy. I don't. Man, I to be at okay. I buy the ashes, but you know what I mean. You know, me personally, I would dump them.
Dumping the ashes?
You wouldn't see that urn. You wouldn't see that. It's not even about the sneakers.
Nah, it's about I gotta prove a point. Like I'm proving a point now.
Yeah, yo, Anthony Edwards the other day. Let me pay the 18 years up front.
It's about
It's
about but see, right, it's about proving a point though. Right? That's why he kept the ashes.
It's about the message, and sometimes you gotta spread the message. But less sexy. There's a boss level petty move, and I support it. Yep, it's 100%. You gotta be the winner.
Why I got so much?
Cause you gotta, some people be grown.
Y'all gonna steal my mama ashes? Well, no, say steal.
No. He bought
y'all
them.
gonna buy my mother because your son didn't get his sneakers? That's great. First of all, I'm willing to give you the ashes. First of all, just buy them $40 sneakers. First of all, me and homie would have some words. Cause just because your trifling baby mama want to give the money for your kid's shoes for my mama doesn't mean you gotta steal my mama shit. I didn't take the money from you.
No, because this is the problem. He gave it to his ex-girl. The girl gave it. So there's two problems. The girl gave it to the boyfriend. No, that's not supposed to work like that. That's my son.
Maybe she didn't tell me. I don't know.
You could have spent that money on VC. Like, come on, man. Like, are we serious?
Regardless of the fact, if I'm with a woman and I'm like, yo, I need X, Y, Z, and she give me the money, and then to turn around and find out, yo,
if he didn't know.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, he does know. He did know.
Nigga, that's not my fault. Yo, baby mama, listen to me.
But then talk to baby mama.
No.
Talk to baby mama.
He's trying to push the blame off. He's just wrong.
If I'm in a situation, yo, let me hold a couple of dollars. Oh, this is supposed to be for my son, but I will give it to you. Okay, boom. I feel bad when whatever it is, I'll give you the money back. But then your baby daddy go, oh yeah, nah, you're not getting these back. Yo, nigga, I don't get paid to the first, nigga, and it's the 15th. What we doing here? Why does my mama need to be held ransom because your trifling baby mother gave me the money?
But then it's also on some. If you would have communicated that with me, all right, listen, I'm over here. I got you. Like I'm over here. I use the money on that, whatever case. Like I'm like I use the money on this, whatever case may be. Cool. And I'm over here. Come the next, like my next check. I'm over here. We got you on your sneakers. That's valid. Over here, that communication was there.
I thought there's no communication. You got my mama rancid. You kidnapped my mother.
Talk about?
You kidnapped my mother and holding her damn near at gunpoint, saying, "Yo, my kid don't get at Ash Point. My kid don't get his sneakers. Your mom getting these 3 fingers. What you mean?
But now hold up.
Why we got a conversation?
No, she's gonna get worse than 3 fingers.
She's
gonna get 3. Like, them ashes are being dumped somewhere, man. I'm not gonna.
But now. See, here's how I'm looking at it too, right? Let's say, for instance, we throw this out in court. Like we took this to court.
Nigga, I'm putting kidnapping.
Yeah,
I'm putting trafficking and kidnapping. Not only you pay for somebody, now you're holding them ransom. I'm suing the shit out of y'all.
But now you technically over here. It's technically not a person. It's technically considered property.
Yep,
that's crazy.
How you gonna get
that object and property has a first and last name and kids? That's
not
crazy.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
They dead.
That's beyond petty. Yeah, Shahida.
That shit, Move. That's what I'm calling you from now on, Shadid.
Shahida. What's the brown mean?
I think that's the basketball.
Oh.
I think that's the basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Like, I don't think he was able to find the emoji.
The emoji.
Yeah.
Basketball. My boy winning.
But yeah, like nah. Let him have I'm keeping these ashes.
Yeah.
Right? All you gotta do, buy my son some sneakers.
I don't get paid till the first.
Then communicate that with me and until
nigga, you got my mama. Nigga, you lucky I'm not putting you down right now. Fuck the communication. Your trifling baby mama gave me the money and I said I needed it.
Then you tell trifling ass baby mama,
no,
take her money and buy some sneakers.
See, now you're making y'all family issue into my issue.
You joined in on this family.
No.
You took the money.
Mind you,
I did take the money.
took the money.
I did take the money. But I didn't know the baby daddy was going to steal it.
But now,
my mother.
But now, mind you, I didn't know. What happened?
Wait, hold on. She gave him money. He needed money for the ashes. What did he spend that? If hypothetically she gave him the money, he should have used the money she gave him for the ashes. It
wasn't enough. They got a young son. His shoes is probably like 160. The ashes probably like 240. I ain't had the rest.
You ain't have 80 to spare just to get your mother. That's
I did.
But nah, see, you said it's not my fault. It became your fault over here. Baby moms made it your fault. Like made it your issue. Right? She just said, wait, she gave him the money to get the ashes, so why did the baby daddy have to pay for them? The baby daddy bought the ash. So they was trying to save up for the ashes.
Yes.
Right? They was trying to save up. Like she took the money for the shoes, gave it to the boyfriend. Boyfriend was supposed to was saving that up so he could put that down payment on for the ashes. Baby daddy was like, nah. You know what? Let me buy these ashes. Let me save you some bread. Cause he was like, cause he didn't even say, oh, I want you to pay me back for these ashes. He just said, buy the sneakers, and I'm gonna buy the sneakers, and I will give you the ashes. Yo, my man's, Monte. Oh no,
I'm looking up the ashes real quick.
Yo, Mari.
I need to see the price.
Yo, Mari.
Yes.
You give over here. You buy my son the sneakers.
Yeah.
These ashes is yours.
It don't.
That's it.
See. No. We're making this a fair transaction. That's what you're.
That's
not
all
gonna
it
do.
was,
No,
though.
don't make it a fair transaction.
Hold on.
You have the lady who gave birth to me, and then you fingered it.
The average cost of ashes could cost cremation cost.
I'm for him. I'm for everything that the baby daddy did. Go ahead. You said the average cost.
I'm for him. What about you?
I'm definitely against it. There ain't no fucking way.
The basic cost of cremation is $1,500, and the basic cost of an urn could be up to $50 to $2,000. So basically, if we add it all up, $2,000 to $3,000.
And that little 160 for little homie shoes had to go to that 2,000. It's not my fault she gave it to me.
But now the baby daddy put 2,000 out there. He gave you 140, 150, and he lost way more.
Wait, why couldn't he just buy the shoes and give it to?
Because baby moms had asked for the money.
Oh, asked for the money.
Yeah.
Oh,
she said, hey, Mari.
She lined them up. She lined them up basically.
She said, Mari, let me get some money let me get some money so I can buy our baby some sneakers.
Yeah.
He said, say less.
Say less.
There
like
you
a real
go.
man. Yeah. There you go.
Then I come in, the boyfriend like, yo, for me, I'm almost done paying. I just need a little bit. Do you got something? And then you turn around to baby mom and you say, yeah. Rather, if she tells me or not, right? If she tells me, hey, this was supposed to be for my son, but I will give it to you.
Hold on, wait.
Because we got comments.
Tyrone just said his cat was $600.
Hell yeah.
That's a cat.
Yeah. You understand how much a dog?
You know what I mean? Def lined him up. That's what I'm saying.
The boyfriend is the real victim in all of this. Right? The boyfriend is the victim in this.
Wait, hold on. Oh man, I'm not doing that again.
Wait, go back to Shahida's comment.
Shahida. So then all the boyfriend has to do is give the money back. She gave him if he was called saving it. Yeah, come on, just give him.
Now
if he was saving it, just give the money back.
But now he says it in over here all of his videos after. He was like, all you gotta do is buy the sneakers.
Buy the sneakers.
That's it. He was like, that's all I want. He was like, quite literally, all he says.
At this point, it's too late. You fingered my dead mother.
I'm giving you the ashes at a discounted price.
Wait till you find out what happened to the dad.
The
dad died?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
She said call her producer P.
Call her
Producer P.
Yeah, help
Got
out.
Or Shadid.
No. She already starting problems.
I'm always starting problems. But you know what? Let's get into this random rant.
Yeah.
Right? Well, it's another random rant. Random videos that we find, and we don't necessarily have to be for, you don't have to necessarily be against. We discuss it.
Yeah.
Right? We discuss it. So go ahead.
Dear black man, It's okay to mess up.
Dear black man, it's okay to be confident and stand in your truth.
It's okay to be comfortable in who you are. It's okay to own who you are and be confident in it.
It's okay to spread love. It doesn't take away your shine to show somebody else the light.
Dear black man, it's okay to be celebrated. We're asked to be leaders in our community, and oftentimes we lead without being acknowledged. But it's okay to get our flowers and to be shown the love that we deserve.
It is okay to break social norms and social hierarchies.
Dear black man, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be expressive, and it's okay to feel.
It's okay to dream. Don't allow what society tries to do to push you down, to make you kill the dream that God put in your heart.
It's okay to be romantic. It's okay to be a gentleman. It's okay to open doors. It's okay to show your soft and sentimental side to those you love.
To dream that you are a black man that means well and does well for everyone in the world.
Dear black man, it's okay to cry, but your good days are right around the corner.
I had to throw this up there. This video came across my timeline, right? And I'm like, you know what? I gotta throw this out there because I feel like as black men, right? As men in general, but as black men, we don't hear this. Like, we don't hear these things enough, right? Like, a lot of what we hear is meant to tear us down. But we don't necessarily hear enough of things to build us up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't hear enough things to encourage us. We don't hear enough things that's gonna motivate us. Like, we don't hear enough of it's okay, right? Like, it's okay. Like, one of them, it's okay to be soft. Like, we don't gotta be hard. Like, we don't gotta be hard all day. Like, and I'm not talking physically. I'm talking like emotionally.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but Tyrone say you got my urn. I'm the Undertaker, and Kane it's on.
Then buy my son the shoes. That's it. But nah, like
Paul Bearer.
Hold on. Shahida said young black boys and men need to hear that every morning before they walk out the door, which is true. Like, we hear a lot, like, a lot of what men, right, but especially black men hear and feel and everything like that, it brings us down, right? Like, there's a lot that we go through on a regular basis, whether it's from people, from society, right, jobs, our own, like, we all fighting our own battles, right? That a lot of times we don't let anybody know about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
toxic masculinity. Back to the point.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
yes.
Absolutely talking about, yeah.
Right, and it's a lot of we'll take a lot of these things because over time we've learned that society really doesn't care about us. You know what I'm saying? Like, society really, the only time that a lot of men hear, like, a lot of men will hear, like, a lot of men will receive flowers is at their funeral.
Yeah.
And
I don't want flowers before my funeral.
Nah, but listen, I don't want sadness at my funeral, right? But a lot of
Nakia said, yes, I give my son affirmations every morning. It's
so important, and it is true. Like Evie said, I respect what was said. Black men and boys need affirmation ongoing, and you're right. Like, and these are two black mothers, right? Both of them black mothers, right? But it's like, you need, like, us as black men, right? And I feel like we tell each other, that, but sometimes we need to hear it outside, like, from outside sometimes too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I shouldn't tell you, like, bro, I love you, and your first concern would be like, are you gonna kill yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're right.
You know, I shouldn't tell you, yo, bro, I love you. I hope everything's well. And your first concern is like, is everything okay? We should be able to talk to each other as men.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, show care for each other. It shouldn't be just closed doors. Now, me personally, I have had a big issue, especially growing up in a black household, you know. My mom has always been affirming to me. So I thank her for that. But with the more male figures in my life, it's been very hard. It's like, oh, you don't call me. Oh, phone goes both ways. It's been very shut. And, you know, it just goes back to it takes a village to raise a child.
Hold on, I'm going to read this comment right quick.
Yeah.
Tyrone said, we are the society. we have to care for each other first.
Yeah.
To go back to what you were saying.
but to kind of piggyback a little bit on, I think to where it is, kind of what's in your household, like you said.
Yeah.
You know, thanks to your mom, that's kind of what you receive. So I feel like I don't want to generalize anybody specifically, but I do kind of feel like before it was kind of like you really couldn't say like at a certain age. I feel like you could start telling like your man's, you know, like I love you, like I care, but like I appreciate you. I feel like before, even a little bit now, when you're younger, you really don't tell another kid your age, you know, that like you care about them.
Yeah.
I feel like after a certain, maybe mid-teens, that's kind of where you kind of like get into the emotion. It also depends on your friend group, because, you know, I feel like everybody got
like it's different. Like your friend dynamic is different. Yeah,
you can't tell nobody like, yo, I'm going through something. Niggas, but yeah, whatever, nigga. Like, shut up. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what though?
You got that.
But that's on you.
But you know what though? I also feel like in the male, like in male friendships.
From the thing, Reg.
Right, in male friendships.
100%. That's the truth being spoken.
Like I feel like in a lot of male friendships, right? A lot of how we deal with things. Is not necessarily, nah, yo, my man's, I love you, whatever case may be. Like, we not sappy with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we, like, you know, I know that I can come to you and be like, yo, I'm going through some stuff. And we over here, we gonna joke about it. Over here, there's gonna be some ain't shit comments coming out. Right? Like, it's gonna be, nah, yo, I definitely feel for you. Jokes is gonna be made. Like, it's a lot of encouragement, right? And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that. Like, unless you like part of that friend group or whatever case may be, a lot of people don't realize. And I feel like women, and I feel like a lot of it is women. Like, a lot of women don't understand. Like, yo, the dynamics of guy friendships, right? It's a lot of like, it sounds very discouraging, right? Because I feel like from the outside looking in, we sound like we're very discouraging to each other sometimes. But then it's a lot of encouragement disguised as discouragement. You know what I'm saying?
You know, like, you ain't shit. It's like basically like, I love you.
Yeah, like, I love you without saying I love you.
Yeah. But to come back and, you know, to go back to, you know, shows, you know, my favorite part of the show, you know, besides, you know, y'all people, couple of shows, you know, the old hair refresher is a lot of the terms are dumb, right? But especially one of the ones that I do use frequently and I do really like the most is you know, when you tell, like, before it was like you used to call somebody like your mud, you know, that was like your brother, you keep him close.
Yeah.
But now it's like you call somebody, you know, a part of your body, like my heart, my liver, my spleen, shit like that. It's like, yo, I appreciate you, my heart. That's like telling, you know.
Yeah, like I love you, but I'm not saying, like, without saying
without
it.
making it feel like somebody feel like you're
you know,
being
it's horrible.
emotional.
A man can't say I love you. It's very weird, you know.
Yeah.
It's very weird. He could say I love you to his son. He could say it to his wife, but he can't say it to his friend.
But I guess it all depends on, like, your friend.
Evie said, I second what Tyrone said. Also, black males are told to always man up. They should be able to be themselves.
What is manning up in the 20th? What is manning up in the 21st century?
Because I'm gonna read this next one because it's almost time for us to go.
Yeah.
We gonna get into the old head refresh after this. Tyrone says, so let's start a trend of videos of people telling black men and young men what was in the video and play it on the next show. Let's see how who really means it. Mm-hmm. I think that is a valid thing that we should definitely try.
But before we.
Let's get into this old head refresher.
Before we get, I want to
piggyback on that.
Dissect what Evie said. I feel like that is a double-edged sword because I feel like I think like he was about to say, when you say man up, you gotta be more specific of. And the whole thing with the masculinity thing is how to tell a kid to be tough without making him seem like his emotions have to be shut off from, you know, the world or from the people around him, right? So yes, me personally, I hate when boys whine and not cry, but whine. It irks my nerves. It really does.
That goes back to what Anthony Mackie was saying.
Yeah, it irks my nerve. So I don't want to my son to grow up. So even though I know that you
don't want to be soft, but you want a nice little balance.
They're gonna do it regardless. All the whining and the crying, especially as a man, you have to be tough. You have to be tough because the world is gonna be even tougher. Yeah. I think the last time, again, we're about to get into it. Last time, me and King, we not made a joke, but we talked about if we had a gay son, and to talk about, we would crack jokes about talk about
wait. No. So we was like, if one of us had a son that happened to be gay, that happened to come out as gay. Yes. Go ahead.
I would definitely like crack jokes and people that kind of fucking no, it's not. Nigga, the world's gonna be way harder on you. I mean, maybe
you could crack jokes. Yeah, I'll make hella jokes.
like honestly and truly, cracking jokes
used to. Oh man, what? I don't want you to feel like you can't be yourself when you go out to school, but out in public, it's like, oh, you're gay. It's like that's what you got. Yeah, like I heard that's joke 3 years ago.
Like cracking jokes, I feel like. Go ahead.
Nah, that's how I felt about being fat when I was younger. You know what I mean? Let me get my elbows off the table. My fault. Yeah, but that's how I felt about being fat when I was younger. I was like, come on, man. The jokes, they get unoriginal, but it starts with your family. You know what I mean? Just cracking jokes. That's another way of showing love. It's almost toughens you up.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's one of those cracking jokes is one of those one of those ways that we emotionally toughen up each other.
Yes.
Right. It's on you know how they say how you get stronger, you gotta break you gotta your muscles break, they tear and they break. Yeah. And that's how they get they grow back stronger.
Yes.
That's and it's the most
sticks and stone may break my bone, but words will never hurt me.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's cracking jokes and all of that, that's how we get that's how we strengthen each other, right? Yeah. And I feel like that's the way a lot of guys do it, because we this is what you got.
Yeah.
Say less.
Yeah.
Right.
And then just the doubling down, and that goes back to masculinity by being the better man. What makes someone the better man?
And we in competition without being in competition. Though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We should be a community.
No, but see, it's not.
I feel that's where a lot of school shooters come from. But you know what it is? Bullies is put too far, but being talked to, made fun of, makes you feel like you're getting so angry, you're so mad, but you don't know what to do.
But you know what it is? It's sad. Because when I was growing up, I had that my uncle. He used to crack jokes with me all the damn time, right? To this day. Yeah. Right. But it also helped. It also helped to toughen me up, because especially if you do, especially when you're doing it when you're younger. Yeah. Right. It helps when you get into middle school, where
everybody got a joke. Yeah.
Everybody got a joke. Everybody's saying something.
Especially now it kind of wipes. So now it kind of designer shoes and everything else. It's hard, man. You gotta learn how to.
Listen,
so I wear FUBU, nigga. Who cares, nigga? I heard that joke when I bought the shoes. I'm
gonna be completely honest. Right? All of y'all that don't know, middle schoolers is some of the toughest, heartless mofos out there. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. I remember teaching middle school. Oh, the amount of jokes the amount of times that I've had middle schoolers making jokes about me. Right? And I'm gonna be completely honest.
The average teacher would get mad, lose their job, crushing out a kid. It's you ain't hear enough jokes out of who cares that this 5, 6, 7, 10-year-old says something about? They get 10. Yeah, barely tie shoes, wipe his ass. Who cares? You heard the joke plenty of times.
But we gonna get into this old head refresher, right?
So for those of you who don't know, I like to call myself the spokesman of the youth. And on the old head refresher,
yes,
I ain't got enough
refresh. Some of you old heads out there, or maybe some of you who just really not into the youth itself. To up your vocabulary, help you figure out what certain words are, and accentuate it a little bit. Like I said, with the whole my heart, my liver, and stuff like that. So,
Shahida eager to know.
Yes.
What's the refresher?
The old head refresher is.
I'll get the button ready.
It's a one. It's a word that's been used already before anybody be like, it's a word that's used already, right? The word is pain.
What?
Pain?
Yes, pain.
P-A-I-N.
Yes, pain. Like
the villain in Naruto.
Yes. Pain, it hurt, but it doesn't mean I'm in pain. It means something is good.
What?
Yeah, right. So use it in a sentence. Let me help you out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, because I think you broke the internet a little bit.
Yeah. So say we out, right? Eating whatever. Yo, this is pain. It's good. Or we out I be in the gym. Yo, come get some of this money. This is pain. It's good. It's not
Like you a pain in the ass.
No. It's referring to something good. Referring to something good. Something. Yeah. So we made a negative a positive. Spokesman of the youth, y'all. Yes.
No, you didn't.
No, that doesn't make sense at all, man.
Yes.
I'm not using that.
I'm not using that.
Your old head refresh. What are you telling these people? Yo, man, this mac and cheese is so pain, man.
Hey, that's how
these fresh J's, man. They're so pain.
That's dead how you use it.
No, I'm not using that. They're so pain.
Yes, that's how you use it.
Yeah, don't follow him. Yeah,
please don't. Please don't follow him.
Guy. Come on. Like,
I am the spokesman for the youth. The youth was already saying it. Y'all saying it like
how old are you? Can we get an age?
26.
I'm 20. I'm younger than you. I know what's going on.
No.
What are you?
Trust me.
Nobody says.
But you know also what it might be. Like
we brought a young head in here who's telling you that that's not it.
But hold on, but like we said before, it also might be a location.
Yes, it might be a location.
Because like he said, with the whole drug dealers, that's
so wait, where's the location that you at where you hearing this?
There's drug dealers in my area. It's not crazy.
Yeah.
Where's your location that you hearing this?
I'm in the Bronx, baby.
What community of the Bronx? Tell us where.
Yeah, because the Bronx is a big place.
I'm from Edenville, baby. You know, you live and you learn.
Oh Lord,
you live and you learn. You gotta.
I'm way up north, man. I'm not that.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? It's a location thing. It's a location.
I'm in Edenville and I'm not hearing this. And I'm in these streets.
But you kind of old, man. You're not out there like that. Come on now. You
I'm going back to the block and I'm gonna start asking around.
Ask him.
I'm gonna start asking around. Cause
do we have time out there? I can call somebody.
No. We really don't have the time for it.
We don't have the time.
Right. We can start the next show off with that.
Thank you, gentlemen, for having me on the show. I greatly appreciate it. Which camera am I looking at? This middle one?
Yeah. So tag yourself. Sales what's going on, and then we out here.
So now, how we finding you? Like, how we finding you? What's up with you?
Snapped_crown. I will be dropping another lo-fi album probably later this year. I'm not big on music. I'm in college, biology major.
Ooh,
okay. Gotta focus up. Okay. Excuse the haircut today. I woke up.
So you just on Instagram, like shout all your stuff out.
That's it. Just my Instagram.
That's
my
it?
Instagram. Yeah.
No TikTok. No nothing.
I am on TikTok, but I make completely different. Don't. No, it's not the location. Don't.
Exactly.
It is a location. A lot of y'all saying that. Thanks, Nakia.
Thank you, Nakia.
A lot of y'all saying that y'all not out in these streets, man. I keep telling you,
nobody uses pain. Nobody.
Now watch. Y'all gonna start seeing it on your For You pages.
One person.
Yeah, y'all gonna start.
Never in a positive way.
Watch. I'm telling y'all. Watch.
Look.
Never in a positive way.
Not one person. It's like, come on. See y'all next month.
Yep. Exactly. So now you on Instagram. You got any projects coming up? What have you?
No, just nothing crazy. Just Instagram. Just add my Insta. You can tag it. Thank you. I appreciate everyone.
All right. You can find me over here traveling someplace every weekend next month. You can also find me on Instagram at royalty_portraits at royalty_portraits. Right. You can find me on TikTok at King of Paddles Photography. Go ahead, Monte. Where you find you at?
Monty the God, Instagram. I don't really use Facebook,
Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch. I'm getting up there. Twitch, and that's about it. It's always Monty the God, and on TikTok, it's the same thing. Monty the God. It's either one word or it's spaced out. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
But guys, I'm King of Paddles.
Monty the God.
Mari.
And we out.
Peace.
Great show, guys. Great show.
Great show.